Alright, hi guys, this is Kevin Jackson, Moho Pro, working on a little character. So here we have this little garbage bag, and yeah, let me just show you what he looks like. Yeah, this is him here. And so I've created some control dials here, these smart bones, which are going to control different aspects of the character. So you can see I can turn the eyes left and right with this bone. I can do up and down with this bone. I can do eyes closing, and let me show you what it looks like when you render the eyes closed. Yep, so there you have it, eyes closed. I can do the mouth closing and opening really wide. You can see it here. I can make the teeth go up and down. Just close the teeth so you can see. There you go. And squash and stretch of the head. So what I'm going to show you, I'm going to actually do some squash and stretch for the body as well. Just to go with the head, I wanted to have them separate so you know have the flexibility. So let me go down to the body. No, actually let me go to the bone layer. I'm going to add a bone, and when I add this bone, well, I have to deselect all of the other bones first so it doesn't get parented. So we add an independent bone, and we're going to name it body squash and stretch. Squash and stretch. Alright, so now that's done, we are going to create a smart bone dial. Give it 2 actions. If you know Moho, you'll understand what I mean. Alright, so in this direction we're going to squash. So we set that keyframe, we're going to go down to the body layer, and I'm going to start moving around the points and squashing it. So let's pull out these points, make him get fatter. And then we just need to pull it down, make it a little flatter as well, so we can get that squash feeling going. Still looking a bit fat here, like he's gained volume instead of maintaining volume. Alright, let me pull the head down. I'm going to pull the head down so that we get that squash effect. So go to the bone layer, pull his head down. So yeah, now we have a squash effect. Let's play it back, see what this looks like. Still looks like he's gaining volume instead of squashing. But you know what, maybe we'll come back to that later. I'm gonna go ahead and stretch him and then come back to squashing him. Alright, you know, let's squash him just a little bit more. Play that back. Looks a little better. Still feels like he's not squashed enough. Alright, so let's go in the other direction and stretch him, and then we get back to that squash. So I'm going to pull his head up first. Then we're going to start pulling in the points at the side, so we're going to make him thinner. I'm going to really stretch him out. And this is not too exaggerated a stretch. Just a little stretch. Just pull in some of these points up here so that everything lines up. Alright, a little piece of the arm sticking out. See what that looks like. Alright, so you can see the squash and stretch. Looks decent. Probably gonna pull these arms in a little bit and stretch these points up a little bit so there's some good overlap. Right, testing again. Alright, so let's look on this again. So that's a stretch, that's a squash. I like the stretch. The squash could be a little bit more squashy, so I'm going to pull the head down. Maybe adjust some points. Let me try pulling the head down, see what happens. So we're going to go back into the squash movement. This is almost like creating symbols in Flash, but not really. So I'm going to squash the head down. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks nice. Let's just test it out. Back to the main timeline and let's test it out. Yep, I like how that looks. That looks nice and bouncy. And I can squash the head separate from the body so we can get an extreme here. We do it separate just so we have the flexibility. I can actually create a bone that can just manipulate the both of them at one time if I want. So yep, I'm happy with that. Next time around I'll show you guys how I'm going to do a body turn, alright? So see you later.